Hey guys, this is Erin at Earth Healer Movement. This is day 2 of the New Year, New You Health and Wellness Mind, Body, and Spirit Challenge. And I'm here in my kitchen making some cabbage soup. It's spicy cabbage soup. You can leave out the spice if you're intolerant to that. But I'm going to show you guys the ingredients that I have right here. I have one big head of lettuce. This is just a regular cabbage. Did I say lettuce? It's cabbage. Okay. And then I have a yellow onion, but it's supposed to be a white onion in the recipe that I had, but I've used yellow onion and it's perfectly fine. And then we're gonna do some shredded carrots, half a bag of this. And then some sliced mushrooms I have here. These are just white sliced mushrooms. And we're gonna use half of this. And then we're gonna use celery, 2 stalks of celery, which are a stalk is like 1 piece. So we're gonna do 2 of those. And then we're gonna do 3 cans of diced tomatoes. And the recipe that I got said 2 cans of stewed tomatoes, 1 can of diced tomatoes. So that's up to you if you want to do that. But I didn't have the stewed tomatoes one time and I used this and it worked just as good. It tasted the same. So that's up to you. And yeah, so, and then also 8 cloves of garlic, which I don't have right here, right now. So let me get that. So 8 cloves of garlic, a clove, in case you're like a new cook or something. So you have to like break the garlic bulb apart. And then there's like these little pieces. This one's like really hard to get apart. So this is like 1 clove. So we're gonna be doing 8 cloves. This is 3. And I actually love garlic, so I'll probably be doing more than 8 because I like really love garlic. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I want to show you guys 8, 9. So I'll probably just do like the whole garlic bulb. That's what it's called. Yeah. And then so grab like, if you can, what I do is grab like a paper bag and have it like on the floor so I can just like dump in like the garbage. And yeah, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I chopped up some, actually I peeled all the garlic cloves here, over here, and so I have all these garlic cloves, and I have like 2 in here. This is my little garlic chopper that I roll on these little wheels, and it like chops. It has like these little blades inside of it and it chops the garlic. I never did it with my hand like this, but sometimes it falls apart and I have to put it back together. I tried to look for these and I couldn't find them like at the store that I got it at Big Lots. So that was last Christmas. But you just like roll it on the counter and it chops the garlic. But so I have actually like 12 cloves I'm going to use instead of the recipe calls for 8. So if you like garlic, you can add more. And then I'm taking the garlic stalks and I'm like cutting down the center. So I'm going to chop those right here. So I washed the celery already. I like using like knives that are kind of safe, so that's why I'm using like a steak knife. Or I don't know, these aren't proper knives that you use. Like, I think this is like a bread knife, but I don't really care. So I cut it like twice down the center, or however many times, and then just slice it. Okay, and then I'm probably gonna chop up the, even though these are sliced mushrooms, I'm probably gonna chop them up even smaller. And we're just gonna like add some water to the, like a tiny bit of water to the bottom of the pan, and saute the onion and the mushroom and the celery. I'm not gonna add the celery until after the onion and the mushroom are cooked, but they need to brown, so you can't add too much water or they won't brown. They don't need to brown, but you can add like a tiny bit of like olive oil if you want to the bottom of the pan, or like spray the bottom with some cooking spray to like avoid oils. So all these veggies are just gonna get soft as they cook. Okay, so I'm going to be, so that's pretty much all the celery. And I have to do the mushrooms and the onions next. And then chop more garlic. So you wanna take the outer layer of the onion off. Cut off the ends of the onion. Throw those away. So you can like slice around the side of the onion and then just peel. So I did a slit right here on the onion, and I'm just gonna peel this top layer off, or the top 2 layers off. Okay, so the onion's gonna look like that. Okay, so I think I'm just going to slice it. So I'm gonna slice it into thin slices like that. It got really hot, so I had to put my tank top on because the oven and the lights. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut these in strips. Okay, so when you're cutting a circle into strips, there's going to be this outer edge of the onion, and then you're going to want to cut this the opposite direction. Like, you know, cut it down the opposite direction. On both sides of the onion, there's going to be that piece. So, because the onion is already segmented, it's going to cut, but the outer edges aren't. Okay. Okay, so I have this big bowl here that I'm putting the Actually, I'm gonna cook the mushrooms first, and then I'm gonna add the onion and the celery. So I'm just gonna put all the celery and onion together. You can wear glasses if you want to avoid the onion making you teary-eyed. Okay, so I'm chopping the garlic. I have a bunch here, and I'm putting it in this little garlic chopper, the little pieces that I have here, and I'm just rolling it. Oops. Roll it till the wheels fall off. It gets easier to roll, and then it's like all chopped up in there. So what I do is flip it upside down and tap it, then open up the bottom, and I have this little spoon, and I'm just like scooping it out. And then I can like tap it upside down again, and there'll be some on the lid part. I'll just scoop it out and then put more in. Just put it in the top. Don't overflow it, and then just like, see, this bottom part falls off sometimes, so I have to put the wheel in and then put this little piece on it. I don't know if mine just like broke or it just does that sometimes. So it still works. I think it just comes apart for cleaning purposes. So then I'm going to tap it upside down. It's like ready. Open this up. Just scoop that out. It's a lot of garlic. I'm just going to keep putting more in and chopping it up. I already have the onion and the celery in here. Okay, I'm gonna just, it doesn't matter, I think, that if the celery's in there too. So I'm just gonna start cooking. I'm gonna start doing the mushrooms, like chopping those. If you have a hard time chopping things, I like this chopper where you just open it up and you put it in there, and then you close it back down and you press down on this, of course on the counter, and you just push this, and blade comes down and chops it. This is really, really good. But I just didn't feel like using it right now. Okay guys, now I'm ready to, I put like some water into, okay, first of all, I boiled my tea kettle water, and then I poured some into the bottom of the pot. So it's like covered the bottom of the pot just like a tiny bit, just so it's covered. Now I'm going to chop these mushrooms here. These sliced mushrooms, just like rough chop them. Okay, so I'm going to add those to the pan. And I did wash these mushrooms, so I have more here. The strainer. Okay, so okay, now I'm going to add these mushrooms. I already opened these cans of diced tomatoes. I got the basil, it's diced with basil, garlic, and oregano. So those are on standby. I'm gonna grab a spatula. A rubber spatula that's good for it can be exposed to heat, high temperatures, so it's fine. And I'm gonna add these in right now with the mushrooms. This is the 2 stalks of celery and the 1 onion. Okay. Now I'm going to cut my cabbage. First I'm going to stir that a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to put this into the, I was thinking, should I cut the bottom off first, but yeah, I'll just do that. Okay, so I'm cutting the bottom off of the cabbage. So it's like this, and I'm going to take the top layer off. Okay, so your cabbage is gonna look like this. And now I'm going to wash this. If you have one of the spinners, that would be good. Okay. I wish I brought the bowl over here, but okay, so. Okay, now I'm gonna like cut this core here. Oops. Okay, so I'm just gonna like yeah, that's not a good idea. I'll just cut it this direction. Okay, so I hear this boiling, so I'm going to stir it. Okay, so just going to hold that in the bowl further, and then I'm going to cut this at an angle away from me and get this core out. So get this core out. So I did like a V cut on the cabbage. And then I'm just gonna chop it like in chunks like this. It's like a rough chop. And then I turned it, and now I'm gonna go the other direction. It's getting a little bit messy, so I'm gonna start putting these in the bowl. So this is the size of the chunks. And we're going to do the whole cabbage. So I'm going to do the V cut here. Watch out for your fingers. Cut that little core out. Throw it away. And then let me show you what that's looking like. Oops. So the water is evaporating and it's cooking, and I got a lot of vegetables in it. So, hey guys, I'm just now, I put in half the carrots into here. I thought I was recording, so I don't know if I'm saying this twice. I turned the heat up to like a medium high, and I'm wilting down the mushrooms, celery, onion, carrots, and it was in the water. The water's like evaporating. It was just a little bit of water. So now it's like the vegetables are soft. They're not browned. So you might want to wait. I'm going to wait until it gets like a little bit more brown. That's why I didn't want to add the celery in until after the mushrooms and onion. Now we're ready to add the tomato to the mushroom, onion, celery mixture with carrot and garlic. So this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in. Now we're going to be adding water, so I'm going to pour the water into these to get the rest of the tomato sauce that's in the can and use that. So I'm going to pour some water into these. I'm going to go ahead and pour it right away because it's kind of hot, because the metal of the can. So just fill it halfway and then grab the top of it. Okay, so now I'm going to throw these away. And I'm going to stir this. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so now the pot is boiling. You can see that there. And I'm going to, see, I'm going to add more water to the pot. So it's up to about there. I'm going to grab a spoon. I don't need to right now, so I'm just going to put the cabbage in. If you have a smaller pot, then you can just put half in and wait till it wilts down and then put the other half in. So then I'm gonna find the lid and put that on. That's not it. This is it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna wait till that boils down. Okay, so it's time to open up the pot and stir it. Just push the cabbage down into the broth. It's nice and pink broth from the tomatoes. Or reddish pink. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of stir it just a little bit. Really push that cabbage down in there. And I'm going to add the chipotle chili pepper. Now this is really spicy, so I'm gonna add like a little bit more, but it really adds heat, so beware. Now I'm gonna add the pink Himalayan salt, the grinder. Not much comes out when I grind it, so I'm probably going to use this whole, well, I'm not going to use the whole thing, but and then I already took out the packets of red pepper flakes, and I'm just going to add that. Oh, that's going faster. I think if you squeeze this, I don't know, it's working better. A lot more was coming out. Okay, I'm just gonna stir in that spice. Very hot, so be careful. And so we're just gonna let that sit. Add some more salt. We're gonna add that. You can turn it down to like 3 or 2 and just let that boil, sit and boil.